The secrets of pullback trading. Hello guys, FX Bright here, the trade guru. So listen guys, on this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to trade the pullback. This is going to increase your accuracy in trading by a factor of 100 in my opinion. So if that's something you want to learn, stick around after the intro and the disclaimer roll. The first question you want to ask is, what is a pullback? A pullback is a temporal move of the market to the opposite direction from the trend. And notice the word the temporal. So if this is the trend, and this is the market going up, right? So we can see the market forming higher highs. So anytime the market is coming down like this is called a pullback. So the market gets to a support zone somewhere around here and buys up again. So all this temporal move, largely you can see that the market has been in an uptrend going up, but sometimes it comes back, then goes up again, then comes back. So these times where the market is coming back, these are called pullbacks. And this is the way to trade a trending market. If you see the market going in a certain direction, in other words, in this case, the uptrend, the way you want to trade the market is by waiting for a pullback. Now, you can trade pullback in everything, even in breakouts, in a trending market, and whatever it is you understand that the price has formed a structure. So now the next question is, how do you trade these pullbacks? Now let me take these lines for instance. Assuming this is the market came down and broke up and the market is coming down again. This time where the market is coming down again, your job at this point is to determine where the market will get to before it begins the normal uptrend. So this is where your work is, determining the extent to which the market will drop. And now I tell you, there is a secret to trading this, added to all the knowledge you've had if you've watched some of my videos, and I'm going to talk about them in this video also. So the secret is in the RSI. The RSI is an indicator that tells you the relative strength of price with regards to two or more price points. In other words, the RSI tends to tell you the overbought and oversold signals in a price movement. So if assuming this price is coming down, we are going to check. Don't worry guys, we're going to go to the charts in a bit, but I want you to understand this in hindsight. So as the market was coming to this point, the RSI is going to tell us a very important information. Also, we're not using the RSI as a lone indicator. Obviously, we're going to understand our price action. So what we're going to understand is this. We're going to be able to trace the points. For instance, if this is a market retracing, we're going to trace it to this direction to find that this spot where the market is resisting from is bouncing from is a previous support. So you can see the market came to this point, had a resistance, came down and eventually broke it. So this particular point became a resistance zone. So anytime the market is dropping all the way down to the same point, this zone will also become a support for price. So that's the first confirmation. The first confirmation is that this zone is a resistance and a support zone. Confirmation number one. Now remember, I'm trying to tell you where is the point where price will pull back to before price begins to move continue in the normal trend. So that's the first one. So the second thing we'll need to know is what Fibonacci ratio is this point. Now we have to ensure that this Fibonacci ratio on this point is at 32, 38.2, 50 or 61.8. Anything other than that, we are not going to trade it as a retracement. It's potentially a reversal. and then lies the difference between a retracement and a reversal. So the maximum we can even go for a retracement is 78, but I like to stop at 61, 50, and 38.2. So I'm going to bring up my Fibonacci. I'm going to bring out my Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to draw the Fibonacci from this bottom to this top and stretch it so that I can see it very well. So when you look at this point where the price retraced from this point, you can trace it here and see that this zone is the 0.618 Fibonacci, which is the 61.8 Fibonacci. So that's a very good point. I told you 61, 50, or 38.2. These are the best Fibonacci ratio. So because the price is retracing from this point, is very accurate. Confirmation number 2. Now the third confirmation is the RSI confirmation, and this is very, very important. What we're going to do is that we are going to check this point in the 4 hours RSI, and if it is overbought and if it's oversold, then it will give us a very good signal. So guys, let's go into the chart so we can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right guys, so let's take a look at this chart. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put the RSI indicator. So I'm just going to search it out. It's called the relative strength index. So that is it. And I'm going to, right now you can see the RSI indicator is on 14, but I don't like it being on 14. So I'm going to change it to a 7, right? I'm going to change it to a 7. Click on OK. All right, beautiful. So the RSI has been changed to a period of 7, and the top side of the RSI is 70, 30. Why this middle line you can see here? Let me make it a little bit bigger. This top is 70, this is 50, and this is 30, right? Beautiful. So it's important at this point to be able to, if we're going to be trading a pullback, that means we want to first of all be able to determine if a price has broken some kind of structure. So the price has to be able to break a certain structure and come back for a retest. That retest is called a pullback. So right, in this particular chart, this is volatility 25. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to take out our trend line to try to understand the movement of the market. Take out the trend line to understand the movement of the market. So I'm going to draw this trend all the way here. All right, good. So you can see obviously that the market was able to break this trend, make a retest, and breaks out. But now what we need to also understand is there are 2 places price must break. Price must break a certain trend, which is the trend line, and then price must break another horizontal support or resistance. So in this case, this is a horizontal support and resistance going on here, right? So you can see how this point was resistant for price. When price was coming down, it became a support, and price broke it, hit it, becomes a resistance, so which is beautiful. So price eventually breaks this resistance, right? So like I said, there are 2 things for price to break. Price must break a trend line, and price must also break a horizontal support and resistance. So this is price breaking this. Now, it is only at this point we are now going to be interested in a pullback, because price has broken 1, the trend line, 2, a horizontal support and resistance. So the moment price breaks it and price is coming down for a retest, it is at this point we'll be interested to find the pullback entry. All right guys, so this is the point. Price has now come back for a retest. At this point where price comes back for a retest, this is the side where, like I told you, the first thing is that we have now gotten this point where price is coming for a retest. The second thing is that we're going to take out our Fibonacci retracement and be able to capture what retracement that is happening on. And from the look of things, you can obviously see that this retracement is happening at the 61.8, so which is beautiful. I'm just going to delete it so I can see the board very clearly. So now we have been able to get our two confirmations. The first confirmation is that price has been able to break and come to retest on the support and resistance. The second confirmation is that we've pulled out our Fibonacci and we find out that the price, the retracement is around the 61.8 Fibonacci, which is beautiful. Now, the third confirmation, which is the RSI confirmation. The RSI, when you trace it to this point, you can see that the RSI is below this middle point. Is very important, it's very key. Once you can see that the RSI has retraced to somewhere around this point, in other words, the RSI is below the moving, the middle, it has come below. This is the 30 RSI, somewhere around here. Once you can see that the price has retraced to this middle, this side, and all these other signals have indicated, if you take a buy somewhere around this point, definitely your price is going to be moving up. All right, so you can see how the market was able to do and started going up. I hope this tutorial was very helpful. I'm going to be doing more videos where I talk about how to trade pullbacks, and there are more examples. Just understand the key concept. The key concept is to find the support zone, get the Fibonacci, understand the RSI, place your trades, and make your profits. That is how to trade the pullbacks, guys. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.